Okay, cool. So this is the first live Whip Wednesday, which we're gonna try and do every single Wednesday. Wednesday. Sorry, tripping on my words already. So this is literally just going to be kind of a hangout type of thing where we can just kind of work on projects together, and you can ask questions or kind of talk about what you like to do as far as projects go. So it's just kind of going to be a live type of hangout. So today, I guess I could show you my whip, and my whip is this funky looking spider dude, um, which I've designed the pattern for. And as you can see, none of the legs are actually sewn. So today I'm just going to be whipping together, I guess, the legs. So that's that. So I guess I'll just get used to doing Whip Wednesdays by just sitting here all by myself because my only subscriber right now is my mom. So that's a start, I guess. I just totally pulled off the eye, but that is okay. Whenever I'm working on projects like this, I like to pin everything together so I can get an idea of what it looks like before I I just dropped my pin. Before I like sew everything together. That way everything is a bit more, I don't know, it's more in place. That way I'm not guessing what it's going to look like. I'm going to know that this is what it's going to look like, which is quite fun. So, well, I guess this is the part where I just work on a project and fill time. So, when I first started crocheting, I actually started crocheting kind of as a joke because my mom is a knitter. Like my whole family, basically, growing up was knitters. I'm kind of looking here and I feel like the video is super blurry. So for next week, I'm going to use a different camera so that it's more crisp because I find this video is a bit not crisp, if you know what I mean. Okay. Anyways, I come from a line of knitters. So my mom's a knitter, my grandma's a knitter, my great grandma, my great great grandma. It's just a bunch of knitters all around. And as a joke, when I was visiting my mom, I was like, you know what? Show me how to crochet. Because my mom was kind of like, you're on either one team or the other type of thing. Which now, like, we all kind of crochet together, which is really fun. It's so funny. Our crocheting, and instead I'm sewing together a crocheted little guy here. So I believe I'm going to make this first video, this first live whip video, a bit shorter, obviously because I'm basically talking to myself right now. But I think this will be fun too, because now when I'm done with this video, like when this live is over, I'm just gonna go ahead and let this video sit on my channel because what I'm kind of figuring in is that it might be nice for people to look back at this and kind of just have like a buddy to crochet with. Um, so if you're like at home and you're by yourself and you're just kind of crocheting and you're like, oh, I wish I had a crochet buddy, then you can just plop on these Whip Wednesdays and just crochet with a buddy, which is me. And I guess that's that. That's pretty decent. So tomorrow my plan is, um, well, obviously today I'm going to try and finish the spider. And then when the spider's done, I'm going to take it to this place that's about 30 minutes by metro from my house. It's this place called the Botanical Gardens. So I love to go there and take pictures because there's all this like really nice natural lighting and there's lots of plants. So I love to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this spider and then bring it with me to the to the garden to take pictures. Yeah, I see we actually have one viewer, so that's kind of exciting. So I'm not totally by myself. Also, definitely adds a little extra pressure to not say anything ridiculous. I guess that's pretty fun. Lazy Panda. Oh, that's such a cute name. Hi, Lazy Panda. Are you a crocheter? Oh, thank you so much. So, funny thing about these pillows is they're actually, I found this fabric. There's a mushroom shop that sells like all sorts of fun, um, like mushroom goodies. So they have like mushrooms from all over Quebec and like all sorts of weird stuff. And I used to work at a sofa company as their furniture designer. And I actually had them make these pillows for me. Okay, you just stopped by. That's cool. Well, thanks for tuning in a bit, which is exciting. Yes, mushrooms. Not psychedelics. I promise not psychedelics. Just locally grown. Not locally grown, I guess. Locally, what do they call them? Locally scavenged, I guess. Like morals. Um, I I guess. I don't know a lot about mushrooms. I just know that they look pretty. I think that might be on my list of things to actually crochet. I might make like a giant mushroom and then have like little creatures that can go on it and such. All right, so I just got one leg done. That's exciting. On to the next. Ah, I'll have to try them then. I bet they've got those at the little shop there. Those types of mushrooms. This is the fun thing about live. Instead of just talking about only crochet, there's all sorts of random topics that can come up and inspire. I also wonder if they make different colored stuffing. I know they make blue colored stuffing, but if they made black stellar colored stuffing, I think that'd be super neat because I find that a lot of times when I'm crocheting things that are super dark like this, when I stuff it, sometimes I overstuff my stuff a little bit. When you stuff it really hard, sometimes you can actually see the stuffing through all of your loops. So I'm kind of like, ooh, it'd be cool to have some darker colored stuffing just to avoid that issue there. Ooh, there's three people. Oh, hi, mom. That's fun. Oh, I said there was three people. Now there's only two. Someone ran away. It's okay. So my mom is actually the one that showed me how to crochet. So that's pretty fun. Anything to say, mom? Oops. Yeah, maybe she's not here anymore. Oh, yeah, that's my mom. The Judy Paul. That's her. I'd like to think I'm her pride and joy, but maybe I'm not. Thanks, thanks. My mom is quite banging, as you say. I'm really excited to go take pictures of this spider in the garden tomorrow because it gets quite freezing. Right now it's I think it's like -13, whereas the botanical garden, keeps everything inside like at a nice warm temperature because everything is, plants and a lot of plants, kind of die when it's cold. But it's kind of funny because when I go into the botanical gardens, like with my crocheted stuff, I have a large purse that I kind of cram my stuff in. And then when I'm walking around, I'm like, ooh, is this a good time to pull out this giant crochet thing and stick it on, various places, take pictures of it? Because it's a little bit adrenaline rushing because I'm one of those people that is afraid of breaking rules, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put my crochet or like anything on the big rocks. It's probably okay. I live in Montreal, but I used to live near Minnesota, and the garden is about 30 minutes from my house, so not too far. Well, 30 minutes by public transport. I could definitely arrange. I could take a video of me pulling out, this giant spider from my purse. I actually am calling this Joey the Spider because when I was in the States, I went to go get a bunch of yarn because they were having like a sale. And I told my little brother, I'm like, hey, I want to make this giant spider. And he's like, are you crazy? Spiders are gross. And I was like, oh okay. Okay. So he ended up running around and picking out yarn for me, and he picked out this super fluffy yarn. I don't know if you can see because it's black, but it's yarn that you can brush with like a pet brush, and it gets super fluffy. So this is really fun. You need to build a wall to keep the snow Mexicans out. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. There's actually a house that's half of the land is in the States and half is in Canada. So the person is taxed twice on their house. And I thought that was really funny. I wouldn't want to live in that house. Be extra expensive. And I'm hoping to get this pattern out. I'm just having two people test it right now. And I'm kind of hoping people will get fun and funky with the colors. Like I have this really pink fluffy yarn that I'm kind of thinking about making another one with, just so that I myself can retest the pattern. But I also had a friend pick up some rainbow yarn for me, so maybe I'll make like a rainbow spider. We'll see. We'll see. But I love when people take patterns and then make them super fun. Well, fun with the yarn, I should say, because yarn really gives you the freedom to make, you know, to make anything look like anything. Like there's this new yarn. There's always been yarn with like a little bit of sparkle since I've been growing up, but there's this new type of yarn that has like it's almost like tinsel. So they have like one shade of yarn and then you'll have the tinsel like wrapping the whole way down. And there's like holographic ones and all sorts of colors. So I think I want to get some of that. Well, I did have my friend pick up some for me, but I think I might end up getting more because it looks like really fun yarn. Webster. Webster would be a very good name for this spider. Oop, I'm almost done with this arm. When I was making this, I got a little too excited and lost count, and I accidentally made 9 legs for the spider. And I was like, well, let's maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do with those extra legs. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that one out. So I have 2 extra legs. Well, sorry, 1 extra leg. There's just 2 parts to the legs. So he's extra bendy. I'm also kind of playing with the idea of having, because I like to sell patterns, but I was thinking to do like mini patterns. So have like just a variety of different eyes that people could buy the pattern for. Because there's so many different ways to crochet eyes instead of just having those buttons. Because even with those button like safety eyes, I still worry that if you give that to a kid, you can't guarantee it's not going to fall out. Where I've already had one of my childhood toys, the eye kind of was a safety eye, but it kind of fell out, which my mom went ahead and like snipped the side of it open and replaced the eye of my childhood toy. So it's something I kind of think about. So I'm starting to lean more towards having eyes that are like that you crochet and then put on. And I think that's actually pretty nice because they're not hard to make. They're actually really simple. It's just they look intimidating until you try them because usually most of the time when you're making an eye, you literally just make a circle and then you go ahead and you can like slip like what I do to like make it rounded is you start with a slip stitch and then in each one you add two of each stitch going up. So for example, you do slip stitch and then you do two single crochets in the next single crochet and then two double crochets all the way up to triple crochet. And then you do that all the way back to the other side and you have this nice even look. And there's actually a little bit of a cheat to it too to make the highlights. For Charlie's Char Charlois's Charlo. Hmm. I don't know if I'm reading this right because the screen is kind of far away, so I'm kind of squinting to see. Can you crochet croquette for Charlie's? Oh my god, I think you're just making a tongue twister, aren't you? Which I'm completely tripping on, which is extra fun. Oh man. And I do agree that crochet eyes do look quite nice. They give a little bit of that different feel. Ooh, let's see here. Do I have my more character? Yeah, they do give more character. Oh, what I was saying, kind of like my cheat, what I do for the eyes. So when I'm initially like starting out with the white yarn, I leave a long tail. So that way I can use that tail to embroider the inside. So see how like the inside I had like the that shape there and then the two little pieces there. When you do it that way, then it's less bulky because then you have less knots in the back and less working in you have to do. You're literally just using that end of the yarn to make that work. Oh, it's a breed of cow? Hmm. I did not know that. That's something that I probably should know, but I guess now I do know. I'll have to Google that later. All right, I now have two bottom parts done of my legs. He can now direct a band. So for the eye, what I did is I made a circle, which I did two rows. So basically, just do an extra row of the circle. So make a circle. And then your whole way around, you change to white yarn. And then what I did is I did a slip stitch, and then I did two single crochets in the next single crochet, and then in the next single crochet I did two double crochets. In the next one I did two half double crochets. Then I did two treble crochets or triple crochets. Did I say that right? Um, and then I repeated everything. I like mirrored everything. So the whole way back I did back around, and then at the bottom here I just slip stitched the whole way around just to give it that the white outlined because otherwise your eyes kind of look like these weird, almost like strange exclamation points because it's like blop, whoop, you know? Are they Nazis? Oh my god, that's so bad, but so funny. Ah, that's so terrible. I shouldn't laugh. Oh my gosh. I'm someone who loves puns. So yeah, puns are puns are great. Oop, oop. I have so many strings. What string is what here? Oh, I never actually finished this one off. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. That's why it's Whip Wednesday because I'm whipping whipping this. Could you say my work? I'm whipping my work in progress. I feel like that doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess I'll mention too my Zen lesson for next for this coming Friday is going to be how to hold your yarn. Now I already recorded it, but I might re-record it because while I'm watching it, I'm like, people gonna understand this? Was I too quick with my talking? So I'm gonna, I think, retape it and speak a little slower and demonstrate a little harder so people can really see how I'm holding yarn. Because not to name names, but my mom does not hold her yarn the same way I do, which I find makes her crochet a bit slower because you hold it a certain way that really makes the crocheting like whip through. So that's what I'm going to be showing on my next video. So even people like my mom can check it out if she ever decides she wants to hold her yarn a different way. But at the end of the day, like it almost doesn't matter how you hold your yarn. Like you could hold your yarn like I don't know, let's say you're missing fingers. As long as you're holding your yarn in a way that you can work in comfortably, the rest doesn't matter. I just kind of show more of a technical side because I've always been a little bit more of a technical person. Well, not always, just recently, really. Um, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. Some people like potatoes in their soup. Some people don't like potatoes in their soup. I personally think potato soup is good. A horse apiece. Yep. A bride and groom spider. That might be a bit interesting. Ah, snowboarding beanies. Were they warm? Well, I'm assuming that you were gifted one eventually, right? Or old boyfriend. I guess that means maybe he's not around, so maybe you never got one. Anyways, newlyweds. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. Good pun. Good pun. Newlyweds. Oh, these oh, I just realized you guys can't see because this webcam is not the best. So these stitch holders I actually got only because my mom was like, I'm gonna buy a whole bunch. And I was like, sweet. I was just using a bobby pin for everything. And then I decided to take a few. And they're actually these are like the greatest things ever because not only do they keep your stitch when you're going in the round, but since I'm doing things that require them to be like kind of put together, am I wording that right? Like with the legs, for example, like I have to have everything stuck together so I can see how it's going to look. These are perfect because they hold everything together. I think I'm actually going to be closer to the camera because that's what's I'm realizing is making everything. What happens if I put my stuff here and I work from here? Can you guys still see what I'm doing? Maybe this is better because I'm noticing like when I'm back here, the camera is like I can't see, whereas when I'm closer, it's like it's focusing a bit more. So I guess then you can see what I'm doing a little bit more up close, which might be better. Oh, yeah. We're just going to make sure that Joey the spider stays single forever because I don't want any devouring to happen. I think that's more than just the black widow that eats the male. Oop. I'm going to try and work up here so you can see what I'm doing. Oop. Hmm. So, Lazy Panda, what part of the world are you from? Sunglasses cool. I feel like I wonder if you're someone I know or if you're someone I don't know. That's the main question. But since you asked if I live in Minnesota, makes me believe you might not know me. So that's why I'm kind of like, Pacific Northwest. Nice, nice. Why did the spider get a Facebook account? I don't know. Why did the spider get a Facebook account? Oh, because he wanted to be on the interweb? Doesn't make sense. Do tell. He wanted to be the web? Well, I guess that makes sense. I bet I was pretty close. I was pretty close. Oop. The website. Spider web. You know what would be cool? And I might just do this just for the sake of pictures. I might make a web out of the super fluffy white yarn that I have. Well, it's not white, it's more of like a cream. This cream yarn that I have. And then I want to find a way to have it so the spider is like on this giant web. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about crocheting it. I might have to find someone else's pattern for that. Well, thinking about it, it'd really just be chaining, wouldn't it? Be chaining. It'd really just be chaining and sewing, I think. Yeah, yeah. It's doable. I think that'd be funny. Yeah. And the fun thing too is if I go ahead and crochet a web for it, it would have that it'd have that real or crochet one row with it with that fluffy yarn. It'll have that really fluffy look to it. I think that's a good idea. All right, third leg. So I think eventually I'm going to crochet something like a sweater or some gloves. Oh, bye, Lazy Panda. It was nice to chit chat with you. I hope I see you next week. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try and make a sweater, but I think I might have to do a little bit more research for that because I'm a little confused about how I'm gonna do the arms. Peace out, dude. I'll see you next week, hopefully. Okay. So I think I'm gonna run these around the. I guess originally I was gonna just do this like 30 minutes, which would be in 20 seconds, but I think I'm gonna do it another 5 minutes and then I'm gonna call it quits. Well, this was a more successful first um, First hangout than I expected, so that's nice. It was fun that my mom could join, and this mysterious lazy panda, which is an adorable handle name. All right, Mom, got anything to say? Yes, me too. And I'm gonna put like a series of like 3 pictures at a time on Instagram so that, you know how Instagram has like 3 boxes? And then you take a picture, like a progress picture or like a picture of it with someone and then a picture of just the item. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with it. And I think I'm trying to figure out how I want to pose him. I guess maybe I'll do a picture where it's like a hugging, I don't know, kind of hold the legs so that it's like a hugging spider. I think that would be cute because he's big. He's a big spider. Well, the fun thing too about posing him is since he has all these legs, he can do funny things. You know, like he can think. Well, I mean, he's a toy. He can't think, but like you know, he can prop himself up. I've tested it a little bit where he props himself up a little bit with his hands. You know, type of thing. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm excited to go take the pictures of it tomorrow. This will be fun. Oh, what leg am I working on here? I'm all twisted. On my face? I guess I could put him on my face. I take a quick drink. They would be. They'd be very Rachel pics. So when I was a kid, I used to take ridiculous pictures of doing various things. So usually, the more humorous they are, the more of a Rachel picture they are, which is quite fun. I like making other people laugh, so that's why I do a lot of that stuff. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, or not. It's genetic. Yes. Look at that. The leg is like coming along. I'm gonna have to work in some of these other ends here. Lots of ends to work in. That's like I guess that's well, it's not really the fun of crochet. It's well, it is kind of fun when you're finishing and weaving everything in because it's like showing that you're almost done with a project and you're seeing it as it's being finished. And I think that's really cool. Okay, so we're at 33 minutes. So at 35 minutes, I will end the stream and then I will finish this off. I'm not sure what pattern I'm going to work on next. I'm going to start a new pattern on Monday or Friday. Depends. But I was thinking to do a few more bugs. Or maybe I could do a pig pattern, is what I'm thinking. I've got a few kind of ideas, but I kind of have to look at my yarn to get re-inspired on what I want to make. Just gonna focus on one thing at a time. A pig with butterfly wings? I think that'd be funny. Should it be like a fat pig like this with the wings? Or should it be like more of an upright pig with wings? Either? Yeah, I guess. I could do anything I want, right? But it's just a matter of what. There's so many options. Okay. Since it has reached 35 minutes, I think I'm going to wrap this up in the next minute or so. So, thanks for the two people who tuned into this. And I'm just going to keep these videos up on the channel because maybe eventually someone will be, sitting by themselves and like, I wish I had a crochet buddy. And then they can, I don't know, maybe watch this and feel like they have a crochet buddy. So I think that'd be fun for them and for me, for everyone. So I'm going to do another video on next Wednesday, same time, 11:30. And there's going to be a new lesson on Friday. So that'll be that. Bye. Oh, just kidding. I have to find my little cursor here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. We're going to retry that. Bye.